Today's episode of Run Into Back is up and ready, and it's an emergency NBA Finals edition as well. Why is it an emergency edition? Because the LA Lakers are in the finals versus the Miami Heat. And I thought we would check in with Los Angeles sports fan Franklin Yee. He's a fan of all things Los Angeles, so I thought I would get a bit of a state of the union of the perception of the Lakers, the fan base, the prediction for the finals, his favorite finals memories, and in the second half of the pod, we do a little deep research into Los Angeles sports franchises in general. Some good notes, some research done by yours truly. I think you're really going to like it. Game 1 is tonight as you listen to this. I can't wait to check it out. Sit back. Here's me and Frank. Joining me today, recording with me as you listen to this, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tonight. And joining me for the State of the Union of all things that is Los Angeles sports, Franklin Yee is back with me in his car. Where are you parked, Frank?
In my neighborhood, not that far from my house, you know. I have bad internet reception in my driveway for some reason, so I have to just go somewhere else. And like the neighbors, if I start driving, you know, it's because the neighbors are staring and they're just like, get out of my property and stuff like that. So yeah.
I like how I almost think that that's a virtual background.
Oh, this? I know. It's the good old Corolla. Good old Corolla. Gets me around, man.
Your studio.
It's my mobile
Corolla.
home. Yeah. Mobile home.
Well, we had to do a podcast. Being that LA Lakers are in the finals this year, and it's a weird year, but they're in the finals. They made it. They were predicted to do it. They were having a good season. Then we had the huge pause in the season, and then we had the bubble season, and now them versus the Heat. What's the state of LA and the Lakers in the bubbles finals right now, you think?
People, you go around town, everyone's rocking their Lakers stuff, you know, so. Everyone has.
Have you seen a lot of it? I haven't seen a lot yet.
I've seen a lot, yeah.
Really?
They're all rocking the Lakers stuff, you know. Haven't seen the flags yet, you know. Haven't seen the flags, but
that's how I judge it, is when I start seeing the flags.
That is true. That's old school, right? But it has been 10 years since we've been in the finals, right?
When's the last time the Lakers were in the finals? It's over 10 years, right?
Yeah, 2010.
Okay, so it's been a while. I have noticed that they're sort of repainting billboards along the freeways and streets, and they're putting existing billboards, but they're just putting Lakers stuff on the billboard. There's one in my neighborhood. It's for the Armenian lawyer dude, and they basically painted over his mouth a Lakers mask. So he's got the mask on with the Lakers emblem on. So I was like, all right, people are turning. We're getting into this season now, into this series. So
what's his name? Called Larry or something? I forgot. They play him on sports radio.
Oh, I don't know. The Armenian lawyer guy? I don't know this guy, but I just know he's got the slick back hair, and they painted a Lakers mask on him.
Put he's sponsored by the Lakers or something like that. He promotes all their things.
There's some officialness to it. I'm sure they just didn't paint Lakers on him. Hey, if the Rams start doing good in a couple months, you better believe they're going to take that mask down and put a Rams one on them.
Maybe. I think he's Lakers through and through because he's always on the radio station. Like, if you listen to Mason and Ireland, they're always promoting him. Like, I know because, like, we do Uber, or we used to do Uber, and then, like, they say, if you get in an accident, call Iraq or something like that. I forgot his name, but it's his name. And then when I saw his billboards, like, damn, he does make money because them billboards are all over town.
Yeah, they're all over. So I think people are silently getting into Lakers. Maybe it's been a slow burn this year. How interested do you think LA in general is in this Lakers team? Because this is the LeBron year, and we're just getting to know them until the season paused.
To be honest with you, like a lot of things is happening because I know some people that are not watching the NBA because of Black Lives Matter. Like they don't want to support the NBA because like LeBron and all of them are like doing Black Lives, and then they're against it, so they're not watching the NBA.
We saw a little bit of this last year also with the NFL too. So I think it's sort of almost built into sports now.
And then there's also another thing is there's Clipper fans. They're very salty right now. Now they're Heat fans.
True.
So
Yeah, so I think it's a slow burn for the LA interest in this team. There's so many new faces. It's a different league now than it was 10 years ago. Players switch teams every season and a half. So we really didn't have enough time to really get to know this team as well. So I think a good spirited round of the finals could really put this team in the hearts of the LA residents, I think. I don't know. What do you think? Or is it going to be harder than that?
I don't know. I mean, we had this conversation in the last one, right? Like Kobe is like the dad of LA, and then LeBron's the stepdad, right?
Ooh.
And
Kobe's the dad,
they don't want to like
LeBron's
LeBron,
the
right?
stepdad. Yeah.
Like
What would that
stepdad.
make Shaq?
Shaq? Uncle Shaq, I guess. Because Shaq in
Uncle
LA,
Shaq.
man.
Yeah, he's fun. He's the fun Uncle Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq's the fun uncle. I mean, you know, because, you know, Kobe's better than Shaq, right? Come on, man. Yeah.
I think
And
Kobe's
LA
more
too.
LA Laker than Shaq. You're right.
Yeah, so it's not even a thing, you know? And then it's like, you know, because so many people, I remember when LeBron was coming up, so many people, and then they were saying like LeBron was better than Kobe, like at age 18. That drove like people crazy and stuff. And
There's a lot of LeBron debate. Anytime you bring up LeBron, you get instant debate these days, it seems. Whether he's the best, whether he's better than Kobe, whether he's the best whatever on this team. LeBron is very, very opinion inducing for sure.
Yes, but you know what? People hated on Kobe too, man. You know, a lot of people hated on Kobe when he was still running things. You know, they're like, "Fuck him." They're rooting against him. Same way. So
that's a good point.
Winning, right?
Yeah, and also post career you seem to be looked on favorably after your playing days are sort of have ended. They kind of forget the Kobe taking 80 shots a game, Kobe sort of thing. And they're like, nah, he was the best. They forget about hero ball, Kobe.
Oh, yeah.
We're sort of assuming the Lakers are going to win, but all in all, do you think, say they win, do you think a Bubbles championship is going to be looked upon differently in the grand scheme?
So. I think so.
I agree.
I think if LeBron wins, everyone's just going to say it's asterisk and stuff like that. But then, you know, it's just going to probably motivate LeBron to do more, you know, and then he might win another title next year.
LeBron always wants motivation. You're right. Say they win and they say, okay, you won, but it was a bubble season. Then he's more motivated. Like, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to get one in a full season now. And now he has a whole new set of goals.
Some people are saying, like, the bubble is harder to play in, you know, because you don't see your family. You can't do your normal routines. You're basically like in a little prison, you know? You're like in house arrest.
We're sort of starting to put it together in our heads with the NFL too, is the disadvantage of losing home field or home court.
Definitely.
We don't have fans. We don't have a real, even though the Lakers are favored, they're not, you know, they don't have a home court advantage. Also, the Heat we don't have this cross country trip going on.
True.
Whereas teams are going to have to go across to play each other. So it's going to be a different sort of series. But also I was thinking this might be looked at as sort of, remember a few years ago when we had the lockout NBA season and the Spurs won that year. It sort of may be a little footnote in the history books of like, yeah, they won. Oh yeah, that was the bubble season. Oh yeah, that was the lockout season. They played 60 games. So I think it will be noted.
You know what though? LeBron, when he won his first championship, it was a shortened season that year too. They started like in December.
What happened that season?
There's like negotiations. They striked.
Oh, that's okay. I do remember this.
So it was shorter, yeah. And then LeBron, that's the year right after LeBron lost to the Mavs. And then that year, the Heat came back and then they beat Oklahoma. That was a shortened season too.
Okay. So maybe this ends up being a normal sort of championship looked upon in the future there.
That's motivation, you know.
Yeah, I don't think there's any stopping LeBron when it comes to motivation.
Yeah, because also when you think about the bubble too, I was gonna say like Denver would have like a better home court advantage because they have the elevation in Denver, right?
That's true. Denver would have altitude. That's right.
Yeah, and then everyone got so tired and stuff like that. So, and then Boston, if you
Couple
play in Boston, it's crazy in Boston, right? Those crazy Boston
the
fans.
fans, yeah, the
Yeah,
6 man. I would have
they're
liked to seen. We missed a few things along the way of when Anthony Davis in the series against the Nuggets hit that last second shot. We missed sort of the crowd erupting on the shot. That would have been nice to see, or him silencing the crowd as he made that shot. So little things here and there that we're missing with the energy of a crowd. How about
yeah.
this though? How well do you know this Lakers team?
Oh, I've been watching it all year, man.
You're well versed in AD, LeBron, Rondo, Caruso.
Oh yeah, playoff Rondo. I was very surprised. Like, oh shit, this is like a real thing, And it's funny too. Like you always see LeBron play and stuff like that, but you never see him play on your team.
Mm-hmm.
When he's on your team, it's like, oh okay, he's cool. He's the
How
shit. He's the
deep?
goat.
How deep is the Lakers as far as a bench goes? I just know they're starting five. Really?
They're a team. It's basically a LeBron team with Anthony Davis. That's what it is. All that's what it is. Like that's how it's built. It's just shooters and 3-and-D players.
Mm,
And they got vets, and then they got Anthony Davis, and then
yeah.
it's also a Laker team too because they got a lot of bigs. That's because the Lakers, they gotta have their bigs,
Mm-hmm.
So we're like the biggest team in the league. We have Anthony Davis, JaVale, and Dwight. Like Dwight Howard comes off the
That's
bench.
true. Are we gonna feel weird about Dwight Howard getting a championship if they win?
Nah,
I don't know how to feel about Dwight Howard still. I still don't even fully recognize him, to be honest. He looks different. He's slimmed down. He's all lean and cut.
he got humbled. Dwight Howard wasn't gonna get signed by nobody, right?
What
Nobody was
happened
gonna
there?
sign
How did
him.
he end up in the Lakers?
He just became like I guess it was like a Carmelo situation, like no one wanted to sign him. He was just like a cancer. Ever since he left the Lakers and then the Rockets didn't want him, he just became a journeyman. And
Yeah.
then this was like his last chance. Like he signed for like maybe like $1 million, like you know. So we got him at a discount, but he was like very
And he's
serious.
produced.
Yeah, he before in the off season he did an apple diet, like where he only ate apples for like a month.
He lost like 40 pounds, right? He's way slim. When he started the season, everybody was like, who is that guy? He's slim, he's got different hair, he's all cut. But it was Dwight Howard.
Because it's his last chance. So now after this, a lot of teams are gonna try to sign him, Or he might stay with the Lakers, who knows?
Yeah.
His stock went back up, so
How about do the Lakers stay together in this current version? Are we looking at the starting five for next year as well, or do they totally get shuffled after the season?
just LeBron and Anthony Davis. Everyone else, you don't know what's going to happen and stuff with it, because they're all trade bait and stuff with that. Because they need a third star. Because LeBron's going to be 36 next month.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to get a third star, and then and then slowly it's going to like become Anthony Davis's team, and then LeBron's gonna be like the second option. That's what he plans on doing. But like LeBron's crazy. How long do you think he could play for?
Let's see. I say we're looking at him playing at least 2 more seasons.
All my friends say that. All my friends say the same thing.
Possibly a third or fourth kind of farewell tour season. It's really interesting, though, because we're at a turning point in the NBA where LeBron is in the twilight of his career. So in a few years, when LeBron leaves, our best players in the NBA are going to be a Turkish guy and a Greek guy. So It's a total change in the NBA, a total international game. So different changing of the guard, quite literally, as far as who's our main guy.
They're saying the Lakers might be able to get Giannis in like 2 years.
I heard that. Yeah, that's true. Everything is on the table now as far as who's playing for who.
I mean, to be honest with you, the Lakers get everybody, right?
They really do. They kind of get the top first pick. They get people on the end of their careers. They get people in the middle as they're coming up, like with Shaq. It's a destination sort of team, it seems. It's totally unfair, but people want to come play for the Lakers, for the storied franchise.
Yeah, and then you know what? They're going to want to play for Miami too. And then those are probably the two teams. You know,
How worried are you about Miami against
I'm
this
a
LA?
little worried. You know, because I don't want to be like Clipper fans and just be like, "Oh, we got this." I always hate it when everyone says, "We got this. It's over." You know, before
Yeah.
it even starts, it's like, "Come on, man. You gotta at least see it out." You know.
I was thinking this is LA's series to lose until that guy for the Heat, Hero, went off 2 games in a row against the Celtics. And then you just start thinking, like, who would play him on defense? How does he match up? Can he step it up for another series? So I'm a little apprehensive to say this is a series that the Lakers just have to play their best and they win.
I mean, we'll just see. You know, and then like last year too, like with Golden State, injuries happen. Injuries,
Yeah.
right?
Injuries. We're taking for granted that everybody's going to play all the games. We might have an injury.
Yeah, injuries happen, and then plus I also watch like there's times we underestimated Detroit. Remember the Rip Hamilton team?
Yep.
Like everyone thought that was like a
They
sweep
crushed them. Yeah.
for us, and then Boston that first year, Kevin Garnett's when their only ring, they crushed us, they destroyed us,
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. So this should not be looked at as the coronation of an LA
and,
team.
and then you gotta understand too, it's like playing in LA is different. There's pressure, But good thing we're, and then we don't have home court, and also LeBron's 3-6.
Mm-hmm.
That dude knows how to lose in finals,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see what LeBron we get, especially for the 2 early games. See, I don't think he turns it on till late in series. Historically, we had the famous sort of game 1 flop from a few years ago against Golden State. He didn't throw it out of
man. That ruined.
That was a rough game 1.
After that, it was like it's over.
I'm taking the ball at this point. How about this one? This has been bouncing around my head for a while. Say we're assuming LA wins the title. Is this LA's title or is this LeBron's title?
LA's title, man. But LeBron brought us back. It's always LA's title.
LA's title?
It's always LA's title, It's always. It's the Lakers.
Kind of like if LA was an Airbnb, LeBron is just sort of renting it for an extended period of time.
I mean, we'll see.
But LA's the homeowner.
Because when you think about it, who could carry the torch from Kobe?
That would have to be the best player in the league, which would be LeBron.
Right? No way in hell it's Dwight Howard. Like Dwight wanted the team from Kobe. Like
they hated each other.
Yeah. So funny story. I went to one of the last games Kobe and his daughter were in attendance.
Oh, really? Which game was that?
It was Atlanta. It was Lakers in Atlanta.
Really?
And then Kobe sat like in those Jack Nicholson seats in the front row. And then like as soon as he got in there, everybody's like, Kobe. Like he was like a god in there and stuff like that. They were chanting his name during the game.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
They're getting like standing ovations, like they're just like everyone's just eyes were on Kobe and stuff like that. Even though he wasn't playing.
I totally forgot if the Lakers win this championship, there's got to be a big Kobe tribute acknowledgement for this win, because this has been a traumatic year for the Lakers if you think about it.
Oh yeah, those black jerseys they wear, those are the Kobe jerseys. He designed those.
Oh, he did. I thought they were wearing them in memoriam, but that was his design, huh?
He designed them like last year. Like I think like Shaq designed the Laker jersey this year, but this year they're wearing the Kobe ones. That's why it's black and stuff like that.
Well, I'm looking forward to this series. I'm wondering how it's all gonna play out. I wonder. Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Game 1's always the question answering game. All right, who's gonna defend who? Are we talking high scoring, low scoring? How are they gonna match up? Sort of thing. Hey, who's your favorite Lakers celebrity?
Lakers celebrity, Jack.
Jack all the way, no question.
Or Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's funny. Snoop Dogg's like me when they lose. He gets all pissed off.
How many big LA Lakers celebrities are there? We got Jack. We got Snoop. I found out Rob Lowe is a huge LA Laker fan from listening to him on podcasts and stuff.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, that's right. What about that lady from the Showtime era Lakers? Does she still go to games?
I forgot her damn name. Yeah, she doesn't
What is
go to
her
games
name?
anymore. She's pretty old now.
She might be older.
Because I didn't see her at Kobe's last game. She used to always go to every game and stuff with it.
She might be older. LA Lakers celebrities.
God, we're old too. We forgot her name. How the hell we forgot her name? It's driving me crazy. You have a computer in front of you?
Let's see who it is.
Who is? It's a super Diane Cannon. There you go.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, that's it. Diane Cannon. Who is Diane Cannon now I think about it? She's an actress?
Yeah, actress.
Let's find out. Diane Cannon is...
Fuck, I'm old. Sorry, I can't.
She is an actress. I'll read you.
Yeah,
okay, here we go. Diane
Cannon.
Cannon.
For the shit, like with Magic Johnson and all of them,
She was Showtime. It says Diane Cannon is an American actress, director, screenwriter, producer, and editor. She has been nominated for 3 Academy Awards. Guess how old Diane Cannon is, Frank?
70.
She is 83.
Ooh, okay.
She is older. You can't just go to the games. You're right.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson doesn't go to the games no more.
That we are at a state of truly passing the torch. Jack isn't at the games. So in speaking of the LA theme, we're gonna rank some LA sports franchises.
Let's do it.
There's a lot of them. I always forget that there's a lot of franchises. How many would you guess professional LA franchises are there?
Do we count colleges too?
Well, if you count colleges, then technically I think you have to count all the colleges, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's really only 2. All right, so let's take out the main two, UCLA and USC. How many professional teams do you think there are in LA?
10.
I count 8. I might be leaving
8?
out.
Wow.
I got Lakers, Dodgers, Kings, Rams, Clippers, Chargers, 2 soccer teams, the Sparks, and the Los Angeles Angels.
I guess they count.
Here's how much I forgot about the Los Angeles Angels. They changed their name from the Anaheim Angels to Los Angeles Angels in like 2014. I didn't even know that. I thought they were still Anaheim.
That is true because they changed it from LA to Anaheim and then they went back.
Yeah. I looked it up. I was like, oh, when did they become Los Angeles Angels? And they had been for like 6 years.
Mm.
So let's rank some LA sports franchises. I broke it down into 4 different clubs. We got the Platinum Club, the Reserve Parking Club, box seats, and the general admission.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so from top to bottom. Platinum Club, see if you agree with this. Platinum Club, Los Angeles franchises. I have 3. Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the USC Trojans. Agree or disagree? These are our top.
That's pretty good. I was going to say the Kings, but I think you're pretty on point. People love the USC out here.
In your top ones, you'd put the Kings. All right. Well, tier number 2, which I call reserve parking, I have the LA Kings, UCLA, the Los Angeles, and the Clippers.
No, Clippers lose their shit.
No, you're not into it.
Nah, Clippers lose their shit.
They
can't beat her if they never at least been in a championship,
Okay. Fair point. Do you agree with UCLA
Angels
being in the reserve parking category?
Because the Angels at least won a World Series. When you think about it, they'd be Barry Bonds.
Okay. All right. Well, you might be changing my mind. Do you agree with UCLA being in the reserve parking category of my breakdown?
Yeah, because they got the history here. They've been here a long time. They have won,
Mm-hmm. They haven't been good in a long time, but they have a great legacy of basketball. So that's why I put them in the reserve parking. Okay, tier number 3, the box seats category. LA Chargers, the two soccer clubs, and the Los Angeles Sparks, the WNBA team. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Agree? Chargers, too high, too
Maybe you can
low?
put the Clippers in there, you know. But
Oh, so
actually, no.
right. You took the Clippers out
LACC,
of
LACC won too, I think, right?
they did, yeah. I'm just going by popularity, legacy, or I'll break it down how I did these, the top ones in a second. But I'm going by popularity and legacy and just sort of word of mouth. When you hear people talking about sports here, what teams are they talking about? So my final category, general admission, that's where I put the Los Angeles Angels. I put them in the bottom. I never hear anybody talking about them. They might be good.
True.
Put them in
I mean, it is LA. We love winners, you know. They jump on
Right.
the bandwagon real quick. The Clippers is just like, they
so
just,
you would put the Clippers in my general admission category.
I would.
Interesting.
Because they need to work their way up, man. They have not done nothing, you know. That's the problem with them. And then they have there's no excuses. They have talent. I think my buddy says they're cursed, you know. So
It's got to be very hard being a professional basketball team in the shadow of the Lakers. So I do give them a little bit of leeway because it's just a hard role. They're permanent understudy to the Lakers.
Like, I used to have season tickets to the Clippers. Because I thought I was going to make, me and my buddies, all my friends, we all chipped in money and we all got season tickets to the Clippers. We thought we were going to make money. No. And that was when the Clippers were good with CP3 and all of them. Nobody wanted to pay top dollar for the Clippers.
God.
Unless it was like against the Heat or the Warriors. It had to be a good opponent.
Got to see the team who they're going to play. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, zero. You wouldn't make like $20 a ticket. Like, you would lose money.
How is that possible? You lose money on the Clippers.
Yeah.
That's rough, Clippers.
Like, they had to make it to like the second round for us to break even by selling. We had to sell playoff tickets just to break even, or maybe we made like no profit. And that's like the
talk
Clippers,
about your all-time business venture backfires: buying LA Clipper tickets in the hopes of reselling them.
Yeah. That's why you gotta go watch the games. If you buy Clipper season tickets, you know, that's why you gotta just go watch it, you know, and just be a fan because that's how it was.
I gotta
give away a lot of tickets. That's how bad it was.
I got a little general knowledge on the biggest LA franchises. See what you think of this. Okay. LA Lakers, established in 1947, moved to Los Angeles in 1960. Their nicknames, I found Showtime, main rival, Boston Celtics, championships, 16 total championships. Do you know of any other nicknames for the Lakers we could give them besides Showtime?
The Lake Show.
The Lake Show, good one. Rivals, Celtics only. No one else is their rival, right?
Main one, Celtics, because that's what Jerry Buss always says. You never root for your Celtics, no matter what, you know. So, because they're saying like, what if it was like the Celtics and the Clippers that would have been the finals? You gotta root for the Clippers, you know.
That would have been a weird. Talk about an alternate universe finals. Say the Clippers and the Celtics were in the finals in the bubble. I don't even know how I feel about that.
I think Portland is a rival, right?
Portland to LA. There was a time where they were going head to head in the conference finals a lot. Okay, Portland's in there a little bit.
Portland's in there. The Kings used to be in there, but like Portland, the Kings is more of a Kobe Shaq thing, you know?
That was a Kobe Shaq rivalry. I agree.
Yeah,
they're not in the overall rivalry. Okay, next team by popularity. The Los Angeles Dodgers, established in 1913, moved to Los Angeles in 1958. Nicknames include Blue and the Doyers. Rivals,
oh, yeah. There you go.
Rivals, San Francisco Giants. Total championships, 6. Any other nicknames?
I think Boys in Blue.
Boys in Blue.
Blue Crew.
How about rivals? Do they have other rivals besides the
Giants?
San Francisco Giants?
Their rivals before was actually the Yankees.
I was gonna say, are Yankees our rivals because they used to be Brooklyn?
Yeah, because the thing is, the Yankees used to play the Dodgers in the World Series all the time, and they would always beat the Dodgers. That's where the Yankees got most of their rings from.
We can add Yankees to the list of rivals then for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yes, I can say St. Louis. I have a good friend of mine. We went to St. Louis against the Dodgers, and he got kicked out of the game. I remember. He was like, "Fuck St. Louis." They kicked him out.
I was at a Chicago Cubs game once against St. Louis, and I almost witnessed a fight too. So maybe it's across the board. If you're gonna have a rivalry game, you gotta watch a potential fight.
Yeah, my buddy BK. All right, shout out to BK. Got kicked out of the game, too.
How about, you know what? We're also kind of skirting around. We might have the Dodgers in the World Series as well pretty soon. Playoffs start today.
Oh, yeah.
So it might be a big LA sports time for this.
And then you can't watch any of the games.
That's the irony of it. We got these great teams and no one can go watch them.
You think if any of these teams win, they're going to riot in LA?
Parade's out, right? They're not going to have a parade if they win.
I mean riots. Like, as soon as if they win the championship, just that night, just riot and burn.
The riots. That I have more confidence in than a parade. You're right. Put your money on, if they win, will they have a parade or a riot? Smart money's on riot for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
There's too much protocol. All right, next team, LA Clippers, established in 1970 when they were the Buffalo Braves, moved to San Diego in 1978, and then moved to Los Angeles in 1984. Nicknames: Eclipse. Rival, I put the Lakers. Championships, 0.
They try to make the Lakers their rivals, but the thing is like, you have to play in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I think the Clippers' rival is the Lakers, but the Lakers' rival is not the Clippers. So it's a one-way street.
Like, I think they try to make it like a rivalry, but the thing is, you got to play. I think the real rivals is, for a time, it was the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, really?
Do you remember that? Or
no?
I think the last time the Warriors lost, when they had Mark Jackson, they lost to the Clippers in Game 7.
Oh, okay. So maybe the Warriors can be a rival.
Yeah,
of the
because
Clippers.
They used to be even. They used to be like, so, and then the Warriors got a new coach, and then Steph Curry just like blew up, and then it basically they destroyed the Clippers. You know, that Clipper team.
How about this as a rival for the Clippers? Just the entertainment industry alone. All they have is Billy Crystal. No other celebrities go to the Clippers games.
They got Clipper Darrell, and then they got Eric Griffin, comedian Eric Griffin. Eric Griffin loves the Clippers. Yeah, but that's Billy Crystal's loyal though.
I'm talking A-listers. Yeah. All right. Now we're getting deep. Next franchise, the Los Angeles Rams. Established in 1936, moved to Los Angeles in 1946. Then they left, moved to St. Louis in 95, came back to LA in 2016. Here's what I got for nicknames: The Greatest Show on Turf.
Nice.
The Fearsome Foursome.
Oh.
Rivals. Put question marks behind each of these. Rivals include the 49ers, question mark.
That's supposed to be 49ers.
Raiders at the time, question mark. And number of championships, 1. They won 1 championship as the St. Louis Rams. What do you think for rivals? Who are the Rams' rivals?
It's supposed to be the 49ers.
I remember 49ers back in the day when they were both good. They would play in the playoffs quite frequently, and the 49ers always won.
I think it's supposed to be the 49ers. And then the thing is, this new Rams team hasn't been around that long to build like a rivalry, right?
Right. We haven't built enough LA seat time to have a rivalry or to a foundation yet. Not yet. Even though they've already been to a Super Bowl, we're not there yet.
Yeah. That new stadium looks beautiful.
Oh, it's awesome. Wait, yeah, I can't wait to get people in there.
Mm.
Yeah. What about, let's see, any other nicknames for the Rams?
I think you got them all right there.
Greatest Show on Turf.
Greatest Show. That's the best name.
That was lightning in a bottle. those Kurt Warner years. All right, next team,
Absolutely.
the Los Angeles Chargers, which I think we were still calling the San Diego Chargers until about 4 months ago. All right, established in 1959 in San Diego, moved to Los Angeles 2017. Nicknames, I got two. The Bolts and Air Coryell from the 80s.
What?
Yeah, do you remember Air Coryell?
I didn't know that. Wow.
Air Coryell was based off of the coach, and that was the
Oh,
Dan Fouts era.
okay. I think the Superchargers is
Oh,
one of the nicknames.
Superchargers. I forgot Superchargers.
Because they always play that at the games. They'll be like, San Diego Superchargers. They'll do that.
Okay, definitely add Superchargers. What about Powder Blue? It's not really a nickname, but you hear Powder Blue, and you instantly think Chargers uniforms.
Yeah. They say those are the best uniforms new in football. Do you agree?
You know what? I think we always hear Powder Blue Chargers. You know what uniform was really underrated and we never talk about it? Was the Houston Oilers and their Powder Blue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
That was a great uniform. We don't talk about it in the same regard, but also kind of a powder bluish sort of look.
Powder blue. Yeah. Sort of like UCLA colors, right?
That's true. We got a lot of powder blue in Los Angeles. UCLA. All right. Rival of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Raiders and Broncos.
Raiders. I wrote fans in general. Nobody's going to see them. Nobody's invested in the Chargers yet. You went Raiders and Broncos. Why?
Oh yeah. Because it's
AFC
NKC.
West?
All those guys, AFC West, basically. They all hate each other.
That makes sense. Championships for the Chargers, of course, 0. They don't have any yet. Okay, our last team of my Los Angeles franchises, the LA Kings, established in 1967. They were always in Los Angeles. Their nicknames, I couldn't come up with any nicknames. I didn't see they have any nicknames for the Kings.
That's a good one.
I did find a couple rivals, though. Whenever they play the Anaheim Ducks, it's called the Freeway Face-Off.
Yeah, my buddy Uriah hates the Ducks. Like and that thing's real. That's like real beef. They all.
Yeah, I know very little, but once I saw Freeway Face-Off, I was like, oh, that's right. We got a little inner-city rivalry going here. I also wrote as their main rival the summertime in general. Not a good time for hockey. Championships, too. They've won 2 championships.
Yeah.
You know what I found that was interesting of the Kings? They changed their uniform colors in the early to mid-'80s. They used to be blue. They used to be purple and gold. They were basically the Lakers colors.
I remember that. Well, I remember seeing that.
I didn't know. And then they changed it to the black and gray.
And then they went to white and purple again. And then are they back to black and gray now? Or?
I think they're back to black and gray. Ironically, kind of LA Raider colors at the time.
Yeah. Oh, that was the perfect.
Hey,
Kings or Raiders.
How do you feel about this idea? What if every sports team that's in the same city, say baseball, football, basketball, they all have the same colors? And Pittsburgh already does this. Pirates, Pirates, Penguins, Steelers are all black and gold.
Wow.
What if all sports teams did that? What if all of LA teams were the same kind of 2-color combination? A little city pride in that.
Maybe, but we have so many teams though.
A lot. Essentially, we're turning them into kind of a college atmosphere with this, if you think about it.
Make it like a cult, right? Like
yeah.
Yellow. It'll have to be yellow, right? Or
yeah, that's true. One team has got to sort of claim royalty, and all the other teams have to follow along. So somebody's feelings are going to get hurt. I like it. Oh, what if they did this? Never mind that. What if for a game or a weekend or something, the baseball team, the football team, whatever, they switched. They wore each other's colors in their sort of uniforms. You know, say the Rams are in that blue and white Dodger color, and then the Dodgers are in their blue and yellow Rams color for a game. That could be cool. That's a
That'd
fun
be pretty cool.
That's a fun promotion, right? We already do throwbacks.
Because when you go to Dodger Stadium, they have a Clipper night, Laker night, Kings night, and they give you like jerseys with the it'll be like the colors, you know. So
ooh, how cool would the Dodgers look in the black and gray of the Kings?
it looked crazy when I saw it, and then the Clipper one looked pretty crazy, and then the Laker one, purple and yellow, but it still worked though. It still worked.
Yeah. Okay, that's an idea for a promotion. I can see that as a baseball night promotion.
Or the Lakers could wear Dodger blue. That'd be crazy, right? Or the Kings could wear Dodger blue.
Yeah. I'd like to see that. That'd be fun. We go nuts with the uniforms already. So this doesn't seem like that crazy of an idea. We have throwback night. We have short sleeve NBA jerseys. We have the color rush jerseys in the NFL. I don't see why this is such an outrageous idea.
I know there's so many jerseys now, right?
I can't keep up. I'm of the theory that, all right, let's have a new uniform every year, but you stay with that uniform all year long and then you change it. Otherwise, there's like 6 different combinations per year with the NFL. And I lose a little bit of it. I want to stick with the uniform for at least 1 year.
Okay. That makes sense.
There's a reason why the Cowboys uniform, the Raiders uniform, 49ers is classic because it is called the uniform. What if the military 1 year was like, hey, everybody, this year we're going with teal? It wouldn't be the same.
Oh. No.
I say stick with your uniform. Let's not change the uniforms all the time. All right.
Well, I mean,
beyond that, I have no thoughts on the matter.
The Celtics, they don't change their uniforms for shit, right?
They pretty much say the same. They have a blacked out version now. You establish something, you stick with it. I sound like Pops Ramirez from my porch now.
You got good point. Good point, man.
What's your favorite NFL uniform?
NFL one. Let me see. Oh, them. Ooh, man. Pittsburgh always looked the cleanest to me.
Pittsburgh, huh? Classic.
That was always a clean one. That was always a clean black, white and yellow.
Black and gold. Yeah, it's a clean look. It's a royal sort of ish look to it. You know which one I like? It's kind of grown on me the last few years. The Tennessee Titans. That navy blue looks good to me. They do it right. I like the Titans uniform.
I don't think who else is. The Falcons before when Dion had his jerseys.
Is this the red Falcons or they had black jerseys?
The black ones, yeah. Michael Vick, Dion, those were dope.
That was a clean uniform. That was an intimidating uniform too, I always thought.
Who else? Who else got dope ones?
I liked sort of the Kelly Green Eagles one from the 80s and 90s when they were a bright green, a gray eagle wing.
I mean, a lot of them are. The Raiders is always clean. Chiefs, that's actually a clean one when you think about it. Mm-hmm. The hat, I don't know. That's fine, but like the jersey's clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so much that goes into uniform, and I like when they stick to it, and you have a really good foundation where people's like, "That's my uniform. I know what that is the second I see it."
Because like if you wear like a Laker jersey, it's hard to wear a Laker jersey just with anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're going to a game. I mean, it's dope, but it's just still like it's yellow and purple. It's like
the jersey in the social setting is very hard to pull off. You're right. There was a time where jerseys were at the height of their power and you could wear them to the mall and to the movies and stuff. But that time came and went pretty quickly.
I know. Oh, I got one. Miami, the Dolphins. They have the best ones.
Oh, you like the Dolphins one? You know what I like? You know what I like about the Miami uniform? It looks like that uniform is for Miami. It's got the bright green colors. It's kind of gaudy almost. It's very Miami Vice.
That is true.
It matches the city.
You think that?
Good call.
And you only rock it in Miami. Yeah, that was the cleanest one. I remember everyone said the Moreno was the cleanest jersey you could get.
Merino. Yeah, there was a lot of Merino jerseys floating around. You go back and watch old Merino games, and you'll be like, is this guy 44 years old? He does not move well. Quarterbacks have changed quite a bit in the last 20 years. Quarterbacks used to be non-mobile, throw the ball hard, yell at the offensive line. And that was your prototype QB. The drop back QB was a real thing.
Like, who's that now? It's just Brady and Drew Brees now, right?
Yeah, who's a
Everyone else
drop back
run.
QB? Breeze, Brady, maybe Phil Rivers.
Oh, shit. I forgot he still plays.
I think a lot of people did. Phil Rivers is one. You're right. Everybody is sort of mobile now. The game has changed. And
That's
if you
another clean one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, let's get some predictions for tonight's NBA Finals Game 1. How do you think Game 1 goes down?
Game 1's, I think it's going to be a coin flip. But, like,
do you see the Heat pulling off a Game 1 upset?
I could. I definitely could. Because the Lakers have been, like, losing at least, like, one game in the bubble. It's weird.
I definitely could see them losing Game 1 and then winning 4 straight type of thing. So I'm going to say, I'll go with you if I'm going against the grain. I'll go with Heat. The Heat win Game 1, and then the Lakers take over.
But also, the thing is, the Lakers haven't had a break now. Now they're going straight to the finals. Like, they all had, in all their playoff things, they all had, like, a week off.
Yeah. Oh, the Lakers had the longer break of the two. I think the Heat finished
the day after, I think.
Yeah. So the Lakers are coming off a little bit longer of a break. We'll see if that hurts them or helps them. Predictions for the whole series, though? You have Lakers?
Lakers in 5. And, you know, I think the Lakers are going to get Game 1. They might lose, like, Game 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah, maybe they go up 2-0, they go up 3-0, and then they let off the gas for one game.
Because I noticed something. LeBron, like, he loses, but he doesn't lose to his former teams. Like, he always punks, like, Cleveland. He always punks Miami. Like, it's like he can't lose to these guys, you know?
I predict Lakers win the series as well. I'm going to go 6 games. They win it in 6. Yeah.
Because you remember that stat they said, too? Like, when Kobe won his 4th ring, he played the Rockets in the second round, Nuggets in the Western Conference, and he won in Orlando. So this is LeBron's 4th title run. He played Rockets in the second round. He played the Nuggets in the 3rd round, and they're in Orlando technically. You know. So they're saying,
I can't
like,
wait
destiny.
to watch it. I can't wait to watch it. We got, September bleeding into October is going to be a great sports month. Basketball, baseball, football in full swing.
Pac-12, college is back.
Pac-12 is going to start again. So I think we're turning the corner here.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Should we do another one after the finals?
Maybe
if the Lakers win.
We're assuming they're going to win. But yeah, if something happens, we need to do an emergency pod, either mid-series or post. Definitely post. Let's plan on that. Quick, what's your favorite LA Lakers championship team?
My favorite one is, let me see. 2000. It's 2 of them. It's 2000 Lakers, the first one, and it's 2010. It's the last one. Kobe's first and last.
Oh, good pick. Yeah, very good pick. The Indiana was his first one, right?
Yeah, Indiana was his first one. That's fun to watch him play that.
Which is the last one he won?
Boston,
right. I have 2 as well. I have the 1988 back-to-back Lakers where they beat the Pistons. And I have the Kobe Indiana, his first championship. It's like the 88 one was my dad's championship. And then the Kobe one, that was my championship. It was a generational thing.
It's sort of, yeah. These kids, if LeBron wins this year, that's gonna be how they feel. You know?
That's true. It's like, this is the kids' Lakers. This is the generation below you and me's Lakers. Yeah,
because after they won in Boston, Kobe's body just, he wasn't Kobe no more. And LeBron went to the Heat, and then the Lakers sucked. Did you look at the stats of how the Lakers were after that 2010 team? 2012.
I haven't looked at the stats, but I know those were dark years.
Those are awful. It all happened when the league vetoed the Chris Paul trade. Remember?
That's right. Chris Paul was coming to the Lakers and got axed, and then I think Steve Nash was shortly after that. He had a run with the Lakers. Those were sort of the forgotten years where we always thought we were one piece away, and then we got the piece, but nothing ever happened. Dwight Howard was supposed to be that piece. Steve Nash was supposed to be that piece. Way back when, Karl Malone and Gary Payton were supposed to be that piece. It never happened. They couldn't put it together.
Because you also got to understand, like, after Michael Jordan, if you go on a long run on the football team, your football team's, I mean, not football team, basketball, or any team, you know, after that run, you know, you're going to be shitty for a lot of years.
Yeah, it's cyclical. You got to have some ups and downs.
But the Lakers, they're always consistent, you know. It's 10 years. They try, you know. They try to land a big fish, and that's how they get back.
Yeah. Well, let's see how this series goes. I'm excited.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. Hope so too. I hope we get number 17 and LeBron gets 4.
Game 1 tonight. Lakers at Heat. We'll talk again soon, Frank.
It's a pleasure as always, Pat. I'll see you in 2 weeks, right?
Yes, sir. Thanks, Frank.
All right, it's always a pleasure.
That's it, everybody. The NBA Finals are tonight. I want to thank Franklin Yee for joining me, giving me his insight on LA in general, I guess you would say. I hope it's a good series. And how about just this month of sports in general for LA? Lakers, Dodgers, Rams, Chargers. Maybe not Chargers. Action-packed. More episodes are coming up this week. A lot of episodes, actually. On Thursday, I'm putting up my Running It Back with Dean Larrett. We talked about his life. We basically ran back his entire life. This will be a lot of fun. Check it out on Thursday. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and go Lakers.